Good afternoon, everyone. This is for me quite difficult to film because it's my comeback on YouTube, and lots of things have happened, lots of things have been happening in my life. I have the purpose, I created my YouTube channel back in 2017 for the main purpose that I would share my struggles, I would share my story with the aim that someone listening to that or someone watching that can feel, they can find it relevant and it can help them in one way or the other. As someone who has personally struggled with my mental health, I feel that it is my duty to reduce stigma around it and to spread more awareness about it, to be more vocal about it. Unfortunately, we still live in a world where there is a lot of shame associated to mental health. I just confess to you guys that I have been struggling with my mental health, but I am today strong and confident and bold enough to admit that. There are many people who are still hiding. They feel like it's a shame to be saying that, when we all know that someone with a broken arm or a broken leg or any other physical issue will not feel ashamed to say that they are struggling, whether they have depression, anxiety, whatever. I find it extremely hurtful when I come across people who still have that perception that to be suffering from depression or any other psychological disorder or disbalance is something to be ashamed of. We find that especially in Asian cultures, without targeting anyone specifically. But for my own part, I remember that there was a moment in my life where I was considering this guy for arranged marriage. My mother told me, you know what, don't tell everything to that person because he will think that you're crazy, or his family will think that you're crazy. And I was so hurt, I was so offended. I just wondered, like, I am innocent, I am actually in need of sympathy. I am suffering, it's not my fault. And besides, if he is going to be my future husband, then I think not only he has a right to know, but he has a duty to sort of take care of me if ever I need his help. That's supposed to be why people get married. Just like if tomorrow my husband was going through some difficulty, of course I would extend my help and support to him. I would not judge him. Anyways, just to tell you that even today, I will not say that I feel like I've healed. There are many things that still bother me. There are many things going on. And yeah, I have also made mistakes. I will not pretend that just because I don't want to just victimize myself. Yes, I'm suffering. Yes, I'm struggling. Yes, I'm not the only one. But it's also true that perhaps while dealing with my own pain, I have ended up inflicting that pain perhaps on another person. But what is really sad, guys, I don't know if you can relate to that, or if you have someone in your life who is going through such a situation, when you realize that your whole life you have been hating yourself, or that you've never felt enough, or that for your whole life you have never received that affection or that protection from a parent that was supposed to do that. It's incredibly painful to realize that perhaps the ideology that you had based your life upon for a very, very long time, all of a sudden it does not resonate with you. Whether it is religion, most of the time, religion or any other philosophy that maybe you thought that, okay, that will help me find meaning, that will help me find solace, that will help me survive and deal with whatever I'm going through. But sometimes after years, you realize that not only you haven't healed, but you start to feel worse because you are living a fake life. You're living in fear, you're living in guilt, you're afraid of what people will do and say or what will happen after you die. Because all throughout your life, you have been brainwashed, you have been imposed, like these set of rules have been imposed on you because you were born in that specific household or culture or religion. And many people will never acknowledge it, but religion has like a flip side to it. Yes, on one hand you have that very, how would I say, there is one side that promises you peace and fulfillment and relief, but at the same time there is this other side that is very judgmental, very condemning, very punitive and extremely black and white. It just condemns men for being a human being. And my logic today, my emotions tell me that I can't just live my whole life with such a toxic philosophy that tells me that, I'm suffering because God is testing me, or that I'm suffering because I'm a sinner. We suffer because life is like that. There are people who hurt us and we struggle. There is only one thing that I perhaps want to address today. Lots of things are going on in my life, and currently I feel this strange sensation of having just been born. It's very scary because I'm wiping the slate clean and I'm starting afresh. It's as if I'm giving birth to another me. But the one good thing that I love in this is that my depression, if you wish, is telling me to be more raw, more honest, more gutsy, more bold, more confident, more not extroverted, but I can notice that my suffering is pushing me to put myself in uncomfortable, challenging situations that in many cases, for instance, I see I'm in a room of people, or I'm attending a course with 50 people online, and I have noticed that most people are really afraid of speaking out. They are afraid or ashamed of asking questions. They just want to fade in the background and just keep being like passive spectators, which is something that I loathe, I hate. I cannot do that because I believe that God has given you need to express yourself, you need to share what you know, you need to ask questions and increase your knowledge and try to make it fun and lively. This is perhaps the only thing that gives me solace and makes me a bit happy is the fact that I do believe I have many things to offer, many positive things to offer. I still believe in my intellect. I believe that I have the ability to do many great things. Maybe right now I'm struggling. I feel like I don't know exactly what should I be doing, what am I doing, and I don't understand. I will confess, I don't understand what is exactly right, because all of my life for me, religion has represented a huge part of my life, and I have obtained many positive things from following religion. It gave me a structure, it gave me a sense of focus, it gave me perhaps the patience to deal with certain things. But more and more, I am 28 years old. There are some situations in my life that just feel like I will. It's as if religion is not giving me the answer, it's not giving me solace, it's not giving me a long term solution. And I just feel like I have to stop placing so much pressure on myself. This is maybe what depresses me, is that we feel like we have to be happy all the time, or we have to feel, you know what I'm trying to say, like you just, many people, they seem to think that to admit that you're struggling is a sign of weakness, just like many people seem to think that to cry is a sign of weakness. It's not. It's actually a sign of courage, of bravery, because like I said, there are many people, more than you can imagine, who are miserable and they are suffering inside, but they will never confess it, because on the outside, on social media, they are really taken up with trying to impress people. They don't want people to know that they have issues. They are just maintaining a facade, and I wouldn't want to do that. I might have many defects, many weaknesses, but the one thing that I have is that I'm very honest and very frank, and I don't feel the need to hide anything. I am who I am at the end of the day.